Alright, hello everyone. Finally updating this damn tier list. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. I've revised it a little bit. Obviously, these two are never changing the bottom two, garbage and money. Money is just money units, so I'm not ranking them. And garbage just means I just don't think you should get them. I would put Beast in there because he's just that garbage. Now, if you can see clearly, I think the tier above it is called mid. I changed it from just decent, looking for beginners, to mid because I think I'm just gonna put a much more a large more coverage. And just so you know, in this tier, so up a little bit so you can see, like I think aside maybe from the top row and a little bit of the second row, like most of these placements are random. Like so, take the B tier list rankings with a grain of salt. I put them more or less randomly because I just think they're all mid. All right, overall they're not great. They're not sub meta. They're not meta. They are nothing is really worth for them. I don't think at least. All right, so say however you want with this tier list about this one specifically, part B, about the B. I didn't really think about ordering them. So if you see like, oh yeah, why is this unit that's worse so high, so much like that's worth so much higher than this unit who's better? It's because I cannot be bothered. All right, I have to remake this tier list again because there's some new units that got, well, some old units that got a new skin, and I still don't have one of the skins, which is Garp, because I don't have Garp, so I can't change his unit picture. All right, now let's see. I'm just skipping mid because I don't need to explain myself probably. Well, I just think Mash is. I just love Mash. All right. First Secret Baron unit, Biasy. All right, it's fine. Garo is always good. Giga Chad is a very good TS support. Garp is a decent starter even without Evo, which is not bad at all. And Sukuna Unevo is a pretty decent Wave 2 starter. So yeah, that's all I can really say for this tier. Not like I'm gonna say much. A lot of the good units that used to be like sub meta are now outdated, like Roy, Saber, Unevo, Saitama. They're like outdated at this point. Right? I scroll up a little bit. I've also made this a sub meta tier, so it's a lot more clear to what I think. I'll separate it a little bit. Instead of it great, because that filled a lot of spaces for no reason. So top of it, I guess it was like at the bottom. Uh, yeah, no, Zenitsu's down here. Um, I don't know where to put Zenitsu because I can't I don't have him. I can't test him. But the reasons why I think the reasons why I think he's high, he's like at least sub meta. He has bleed and electric. You know he's full ground, but he does good chunk of damage, more damage than Tanjiro Evo even. But I think the problem is that he probably because I think electric doesn't do enough damage, even though the stun is great. I actually don't know why people rank him not that highly, but I can't say much either because I don't have him, so I can't really test him. I don't think I need to share my thoughts on Kizaru Evo. He is like what, like number 5 or 6 now in starters, and the gap between him and the one above him, which is either Garp, Evo, or Bobak, is immensely huge. Actually, no, you kidding me? Yeah, that maybe even pretty much. Yeah, I oh fuck Utah. I don't know. I just thought he's upgrade. Something worse. I don't know. I don't think he's that high in sub meta. It looks like he's probably back in mid. He's like one of them probably. Like he's either he's probably more or less here. He's probably more like here. Like he's definitely dropped a lot, even though his cost reduction is really helpful from 3K to 601 to place, and he gets bleed at the beginning too. So Avatar really helps him. But his final upgrade still is pure damage. So take that as you will. High class tanker. Tanker, this man. He is a very good one to. He's one of the better mythics you can get from banner early. Obviously, the best one you can get from mythic early is Garo. This is why I put him up here. I'm moving Garo up. Garo's moved up. Garo's definitely one of the best you could get. as a mythic on banner because he evos into one of the best starters in the game and one of the best cripple in the game. Cripple support, I mean, right? Because he doesn't actually do that much damage compared to like other cripple DPS like Sengoku Evo or Ice Elf. But he is the best one because he has 5 placements, so he can stack cripple so much faster with so many placements. So yeah. Now some would argue he is probably lower. I think he's still pretty good. Okay, probably okay. But before I explain Toji, Sukuna Evo used to be top of the meta. Used to be in top 3 even, and then power creep came in. So he's down in the gutter. He's still very good. Do not get me wrong. He's at the very least sub meta, well, at most sub meta, and he's probably mid overall. I think now, but he isn't bad also. Like I still would use him if you have him. But you want if like you're a returning player from like the old ages and you have him like Avatar, Sukuna Evo, yeah, get him. Just use him for now until you get a better unit. Now Toji's a bit Toji, I'm biased. Because my only experience with Toji is glitch Toji. Now I don't think he's meta with glitch. He is nowhere close to being meta with glitch. He is at most sub meta, even with glitch. So I'm putting him here. He probably should be lower, but I'm biased. Sorry, this is just my bias. He's speaking. All right, this is just bias. Android 21 Evo. Um, it is the only good fear support, but it's lacking compared to others. Like, sure, next to him is I think what's his name? I forgot what was his name. Aokiji Evo, but I think support units in general, most of them aside from Cripple, are a bit lackluster right now. Because Cripple is just so good. It slows. It makes him take more damage. I mean, sure, Fear is great too, but this Android 21 is only really useful after you get the full AOE upgrade. I think at like 4, and then she's only fully useful when she gets hybrid at like upgrade 8, and she's pretty expensive too. So great Fear support, but just you need to upgrade her first. Aokiji? Ooh, all right. I just don't think Freeze is that good right now. I just don't think Freeze is amazing. Like there aren't many good Freeze units. Like how Ice Elf should have been a Freeze unit, but yeah, I don't know. Freeze is just in a pretty bad spot. It also like doesn't suit well with like stuns and stuff. Because I think Freeze overrides the stun or something. I just know that like if you have Shanks on your team, for instance, Shanks Evo, you do not want Aokiji because I think it collides with his Conqueror. I think at least that's what I've heard. So yeah, that's why he's down here. Ichigo, he's just here. He's pretty good. His only lackluster problem is that has very short range and a very bad AOE in the end. But aside from that, he's a pretty decent bleed unit. But definitely not the best, obviously. That's why he's a sub meta. Kuruma I put him here because who wouldn't want a big boy? Kaboom! The whole map. Ooh, the big explosion. It's beautiful. Alright. Boros. Boros was just a better. Ooh. Ooh, wait. I just realized what I'm saying here. I'll bring it down. Okay, Vegito Evo. Let's talk about him first. Um, he is not out. I guess you could say he is outdated. He was obviously top 3 or top 5 when he was announced and when he came out, like the first and like after like 2 updates later as well. But the only problem is that he's super expensive. Like most of the units now, I think the most expensive we have now is I think Saitama, being like 120 to 100 something K. Vegito Evo costs 200k to max upgrade. One of them. And he doesn't even like wreck the damage charts. Like he is like maybe top 20, maybe top 50. And I'm actually not sure. I haven't checked in a while. But he was a great unit, and still is a great unit. But you know, I don't think you should get him if you want to get him. Like I don't think you should grind for him. He's not worth it anymore. Obviously, if you wanted to, and why not, just go ahead. You want the collection purposes, but yeah. Now back to Boros, who to me is just a better Vegito Evo. Boros is just cheaper overall. I think he doesn't do as much damage. I don't think he does as much, but the difference is not big enough to say that he's worse than Vegito Evo. Like for like more or less half the price, you get about similar. I'm actually not sure how much a DPS actually is, but it's similar. It's like not too far apart where it's possible to say Boros is better. All right, I probably should put him lower. Genos Evo, he probably doesn't deserve to be up here. Yeah, I'll lower him a little bit. All right, so now Genos Evo's down there. All right, Genos Evo's moved again. Genos Evo, his Unevo was a very good starter. At least the only other air option starter we had at the beginning, but now he's extremely outdated. And his Evo has a problem of where he's hybrid at max. That is a problem because he is expensive at that too. So max hybrid is not worth it. There are many other better burn units, as you can see, like two actually, I think, or maybe three are in some meta. I think two. Yeah, we'll see. I think actually no. Actually, there's only one. Huh. All right, I guess everyone else is better. All right, now we move up to Shadow Tanker. I probably place him too high. Just because high class tanker is pretty good. I just think he's not bad at all as a cripple unit. Again, I'm trying to put them in a tier list while not comparing everyone to everything because not everyone is good at everything, right? You kind of compare a support unit to how good their DPS is. And to me, Shadow Tanker, I don't think he's a starter, is he? I don't know what he costs. I don't think he's a starter though. He's rated high class tanker. It is. I'll put him like here. I'll put him under Vegito. I'll say that. I just know I just know that they buffed Shadow Tanker and they already nerfed Tanker, high class Tanker. So the Evo is actually better now. But I don't know if it's as good of a starter. I mean, still pretty good damage, good cripple. Can't complain. Metal Knight, Metal Knight, Metal Knight. Yeah, I think he's still currently in banner as secret, but hey, one of the best units in the game. Hey, obviously, but Metal Knight is a very good story unit. He's pretty good for progressive mainly story. Talent he's alright, but he mainly lacks DPS, right? Like the cost is alright, but he mainly lacks DPS and placement. I'm not sure though. I don't have him, so I can't say much about him. But yeah, also if you couldn't tell already, some of the unit pictures are updated to the newest version, and some of them have not because I could not be bothered to. All right, next is Choin Evo / Flame Emperor. Flame Emperor is, I guess you could say, I would arguably place him in S in S minus in meta tier, but needs avatar. But that would be too much. He's at least he's not that high up because like there's a lot of other better burn units like Akainu and Itachi are better. So yeah, he's down here in sub meta, but he is definitely the best burn unit you could get if you don't have Itachi or have Akainu. Because in my opinion, Flame Emperor is just a cheaper and less damage Akainu. Like it's just Akainu but cheaper, and you know what? That's pretty good. All right, it hurts to see him down there. It hurts to see him down there. Sengoku Evo. It hurts. It hurts. It really does. I I would have placed him so much higher. I would have placed him like next to Akaza, but I think objectively he's here. I don't think he's like meta anymore because Self taking his place. Garo Evil's taking his place. No, I'm moving up. I'm moving up. I'm moving him up. I'm moving up. I'm moving him up. I want him up. I just love him. I just love Sengoku Evo. He's part of my original team. And he is just I love him. He is cripple and he has stun as well because of his attack. So yeah, well, of course he's only useful at like upgrade 8 or something. But yeah, no, I love him nonetheless. And I guess we're backtracking a little bit. Giyu Evo. This man he's alright, really. He's just not bad at all. He's a bleed unit that is fully ground, and that's the problem. He's fully ground. But otherwise, he's actually pretty good. He isn't that bad. I yeah, I'll put him under Flame Emperor actually. I think Flame Emperor is better. But yeah, if you want a good cripple unit, you could get him for sure. Him or Tanker are pretty good options as we've already talked about before. But yeah, this isn't bad. And now moving up to Garp Evo. You're probably thinking, why is he so high? Because I'm comparing starters. I'm not comparing his DPS. I mean, to be fair, Garp Evo at max upgrade is super insane, right? But that's max upgrade. If anything as a starter, he isn't that great. Like he is amazing as a starter too. So obviously he's still an amazing starter, but Bobak is better. Bobak does his job better because Bobak is just Bobak, and he can cover early game a lot better than Garp Evo can. But late game Garp Evo is tremendously better. Kitaro OH. Oh, how have the mighty fallen? I was tempted to keep him in bottom of meta, but he's not better than Nakaza. I mean, he is cheaper. He's still insane pricing wise. Like, if you have Overlord on him, 1 million DPS for 7k? Yes, please. Or 13k? I guess 1 point something for 13k? Yes, please. Like, that is. Whew. Of course, his only lackluster problem is that he is full ground, but aside from that, mwah, a beautiful unit nonetheless. Now, Akaza, the newest unit, actually, because he's in this current update. I'm probably late because they might have the Berserk update soon. Yes, the Berserk update is coming up. But Akaza, I would love to put in bottom of meta. I would love to, but I just don't think that's right. I just don't think that's correct. He is not worth it. I don't think. I don't think he's that worth it. I mean, he's amazing. Like I think the picture of him with Overlord. Let me quickly check if I can find it. Let me quickly check if I could find that picture. Image. Let's look for the picture really quick. And yeah, here it is. I took this screenshot. I mean, obviously, this is. I think let me read what I actually wrote down on the image. His stats are pretty good, but to be fair, this is SS on attack. So yeah, take it as you will. But this is pretty good stats. This is comparable to how Hay is, but Hay does a lot more damage, obviously. So yeah, I would argue he's probably bottom of meta at the very least. But I guess he's at the very least top of some meta. All right, if you want to get him. But if you have like a meta late game team, you don't need to get him. All right, you don't need to. Now we're moving up a tier. Finally moving up to the S minus tier. This has gone a lot less crowded, if you notice from my last tier list, my previous tier list. We start from the bottom with Beast King. Beast King is probably no, it's not the best because there's other bleed units. I think. No, wait, is he the best bleed? Poison. No, yeah, no, Mystical has bleed. Never mind, I'm wrong. Okay. Beast King is a pretty good bleed unit. Very good DPS, but only with Avatar. Only with Avatar. And you need to be like, no, I guess not desperate. He's just like he's full ground, good AoE, good damage. That's why he's in S minus. But you could argue he's like sub meta. You could argue he's in sub meta, obviously. All right. You could argue he's sub meta, but your choice. This is just what I think. Itachi Evo, he's gotten slightly better. He's gotten better because of the stats. So if you get like triple S on range, that could probably be like a bet that could make him pretty decent because his only problem was that he has terrible range. So like even if you have like B plus attack, B plus SPA, with triple S range, you're probably golden. I think that is my opinion because Itachi needs good stats. Like you need Avatar or Glitch, and you need like a really good range stat because his range is the only problem. Shinobu, everyone thinks Shinobu is a better boss killer than Itachi. The only problem is that Shinobu isn't hybrid, but no boss so far, unless it's like a flight challenge, is flying. So she does her job. She does her job as a boss killer. All right, she does her job. Okay, she does it, and she has poison. Pretty good. But yeah, you need Avatar for Shinobu for it to be really good. But even then, she's full ground and she's only a boss killer. Some would argue Akainu Evo should be under Itachi Evo, but I think Akainu's better than Itachi, just because Akainu's cheaper, I think, overall as well, and is not limited to his terrible range. Obviously, we can't deny Itachi Evo's immense DPS, but I think in more use cases you would want him. Nezuko Evo. Now we have been telling people in the questions chat that Nezuko is not worth it. That's because for her to actually be meta here, this placement here is glitch Nezuko. If you have Avatar Nezuko, she goes down. Avatar goes down, and Overlord or under goes into mid. But if you have glitch, she's meta. If you don't, she's sub meta. If you have Avatar, that's why we don't tell people to go for her. But she's a very good unit, double DOT. Not every other unit has double DOT at this point. Bleed burn, bleed electric. I think this is also bleed burn. I could be wrong, or I guess burn something. But yeah, very good unit. Gets hybrid at I think about upgrade 6, which is not bad. Pretty, unless that's like near her last upgrade. Then I guess that's pretty bad, but that's not bad for an upgrade. Yeah, I'll take it. Now, in my opinion, the fifth best unit in the game, Saitama. But he's only the fifth best unit in the game to me if he has Overlord or Avatar or Glitch. If you have any other trait, he is like mid. I don't think he's sub mid. I think he's mid. I guess bottom of sub mid. Because he's only one placement. He is only one placement. You do not want any other trait on him. Alright, Sengoku, alright, no Sengoku, Rengoku actually. Rengoku. He is a beautiful unit. He gets up. I don't know when he gets hybrid. I think a lot of people say he's hybrid on placement, and if he is, and he's hybrid till the end, I am not taking back my word saying that he is a fourth best. I actually might even argue he's third best, but I think SGU still beats him. He is the newest one of the new units with Akaza, and he is hard to get unless you just get a bunch of capsules, because that's the only way you can get him. But he is the best burn unit in the game. He is the best, number one burn unit. And he's fourth best overall, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. If you disagree and think your ranking should be different, go on. It's your ranking. I just think this is how I rank things. But I think Rengoku is a 650 to place. Hybrid on placement. So he's pretty cheap to place down, but I think he's pretty expensive. I think he's like 100k to max. I'm not sure though, because I actually don't have this. I don't have him, and no one has his stats, not even the wiki. So at least as of recording this tier list. So yeah, we don't know. Now we're moving up to the meta tier, alright? The top dogs. Now you may be confused, why is Drip Nami Evo up here? Why is she here? She's here because one, she's actually meta stun. Like if you have Elemental Master on her, yes, that legendary one, the yellow one, her stuns last forever, which is beautiful. So that's why she's up here. But that's why I put her at the bottom. Boa. I don't know why you changed the look, but yeah, Boa. Boa's pretty good. Still pretty good stun overall. Gets hybrid at max, I think. Or like at final attack chains. Huge AoE, decent cooldown. Nothing to hate. Very beautiful. Tanjiro Evo. I put him top, near bottom of meta, because he's only meta for progressive. He's only meta for raids. He's only meta for challenges, portals. He's not meta for infinite because he lacks damage. But the reason why he's up here is because he's cheap. He does good DPS, but even though he is full ground, and that's pretty much it. He's cheap, good DPS, but full ground. But he isn't like amazing DPS. That's why he's up here. But yeah, if you want to get him, if you're struggling with some deep early DPS on the ground, get him. He's very good. Ice Elf. Ice Elf is just Sengoku but better. Sengoku Evo but better. Minus the stun. So yeah, say what you will. He does a lot of damage, very good, very large AoE, cripple as well. What else can you really say? Should have been freeze though, but well, we'll get that's another topic. Gas Evo. Gas Evo is interesting because he is definitely one of the best DPS of all time, especially with cripple being super strong right now, with the unit next to him being the best one. He's just surrounded with cripple units. He's in between Garo Evo and Ice Elf, the top two cripple units in the game. Like Gas is in a beautiful place with his 100% multiply 5-time multi hit. Like God, okay, but I still think Saitama's better than him. Just my opinion. He's probably he I think Saitama's better, but he could be fifth. I don't know. Garo Evo, second best starter, or possibly even best starter now, being that a lot of maps have sucky placements, like stupid air placements now. Like there's not many good skill spots anymore on the newer maps, and that kind of kills Tatsu a little bit. But overall, I think out of like how many, like majority of the maps, out of all the raids and stories, only two have like terrible spots for Tatsu, and those are the two newest ones. Every other map, Tatsu can just free kill everyone. So that's why Garo's here. You could argue Garo's probably better, but I won't place him above it. I won't place him above the top three units that I think of. Before going to the top three, I'll talk about Tatsu obviously. Best starter in the game, gigantic range, like 60 to 70 range on placement even. The 60 something range on placement. Like that is huge. Low SPA too, like 2-3 SPA. Like you golden, my friend. Like that's the best start in the game. Cheap too, 450. So you can also use her in high cost. Alright, now we're going to top three units that I think of. SU Winter is number 3. King, and I think a lot of people think about SU's best. And I can see your vision. I can see why you would think that because of his damage scaling and him being so strong. And yeah, sure, technically Shanks also takes a while to get good. But SU, I think his only problem is that, to me, he is only DPS, right? He is only DPS. And his DPS is late game DPS, scaling DPS. He needs to scale to do an immense amount of DPS. Like so much more where it's worth it. Because he's expensive to upgrade as well. And of course he needs Avatar. Even though, yeah, sure, yeah. I mean I probably should put him up here. Really? I should put him up there, I will. SU Sunwoo needs Avatar, needs Glitch to be fully meta. Otherwise he's just I don't think he's worth it because he's full on DPS. So yeah. Now, hey, to me, the second best unit in the game. Because, hey, sure, Gas has a lot of multi-hit. Gas has a lot of DPS, like so much DPS. That I think he's top DPS without glitch. Like, if there's a glitch trait, he's the best. Hay is like, I think somewhere there. So I'm not sure. I don't think Hay's up there. But Hay's up there with AoE. But yeah, Hay, it just has such huge AoE that with glitch, she is the best AoE unit. Like her full AoE range is gigantic, and because she's pure damage, she can go with any trait. Avatar, Overlord, Shinigami, All Seeing, yeah, for free. Take them all. And I just know Entra. Obviously, no Entra. Entra is just not useful. So yeah, hybrid at I think upgrade 4 or 3, and you get full and you get a lot of like good AoEs. Like yeah, I'll take her. She's also 500 to place, very cheap, very good unit. Red Pirate / Shanks Evo. Sure, you could argue that Shanks also needs Avatar. You could argue he's also down here. You could definitely argue that, right? You could definitely argue that he should be down there, but I don't think so. Because if you don't have him up there, like if you don't have him in the, if you don't have him like Avatar, I mean, if you have Overlord, it kind of sucks. Like his DPS is lacking. But if you have Shinigami, if you have All Seeing, then just make him just make him your support. Go crit range still. Just go crit range. Just go for range to proc conquer. Like it's not a bad thing. Support Shanks is a thing, at least in my opinion. Because Conqueror is just such a good DOT. So good. And that's why I think he's the best unit in the game. Because no matter what trait, he can actually do something. Of course, I guess aside from Overlord, because that's lacking DPS. But yeah, this is my tier list. Updated. I'll quickly do a scroll up and down. Scroll up and down slowly. You can also just see the tier list, or obviously see it yourself in my spreadsheet, the full thing. But yeah, that is my tier list. So disagree or agree, your choice. But this is my thoughts on this on all the units on this current update. So yeah, good luck grinding everyone, and maybe I'll see you maybe soon because I kind of skipped 2 updates already. But yeah, so just look for your units you want here. So again, take mid with a grain of salt. I didn't order them properly. I guess I should write it down. All right, write it down. Not ordered properly. And then I gotta say, okay, this means don't care for mid unit. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's about it. See you, everybody, and good luck grinding for new meta units or whoever you still need. See you around at the Berserk update, maybe, possibly, probably not. We'll see. Bye bye.